What's up, fight fans? We back. Leo Santa Cruz, Rapheal Rivera, 334 punches landed for Leo Santa Cruz, 151 for Rivera out of 1,200 punches thrown for Leo Santa Cruz. Now, that's a lot amount of punches. They're about to announce the winner. It hasn't happened as of yet, but I'm pretty sure Leo Santa Cruz will definitely walk away with an easy victory here against Rapheal Rivera, man. Man, this fight, uh, so they have announced the winner. It's going to be Leo Santa Cruz. Yeah, easy win for Leo Santa Cruz. Nothing much to talk about here. You know what I'm saying? Other than the fact that Leo Santa Cruz now walks down another opponent. He's giving his post-fight interview. Let me just check out a little bit what he got to say. Turn it up for y'all. I better hear him call out Gary Russell Jr. If I don't hear him call out Gary Russell Jr., we won't have a situation. He's talking about his father. He better call out Gary Russell Jr. or we gonna have a problem. He's battling cancer. Hats off to Leo Santa Cruz's dad for battling cancer. Winning that fight. That's a very impressive fight by Leo Santa Cruz's dad. Hats off to him for fighting the battle of cancer, and he's winning. Hats off to Leo Santa Cruz's dad, man. Real talk. Before we get into this fight, I'm just dying to hear if he calls out Gary Russell Jr. Because you have said you want to unify with Gary Marshall. Gary Marshall? The lady called the man Gary Marshall. Potentially with Gary Russell Jr. There you go. Then maybe move up to 130 pounds. What is next for you? Yeah, I won the best. I want to unify the belts against anybody. You want to unify? Gary Russell, Josh Warrington, even a third fight against Carl Frampton. Gary Russell, Josh Warrington, or Carl Frampton. I think maybe June or July. I want to be back. You want to be back by June or July? Against all the opponents I named. We're looking for. See, this is what I be talking about right the fuck here. This is what I be talking about. He doesn't definitively call out Gary Russell Jr. It's always got to be Gary Russell Jr. or this person or this person or this person. Leo, do you not understand? Do not want to see you fight anybody else but Gary Russell Jr.? Gary Russell Jr. has issued a blueprint for his exit to boxing. He wants Leo Santa Cruz, he wants Gervonta Tank Davis, and he wants Vasyl Lomachenko. All I keep hearing Leo Santa Cruz saying, I want this guy, I want Josh Warrington, I want Gary Russell Jr., or maybe Carl Frampton. Bro, that's like 3 people, bro. Just say Gary Russell Jr. Not a good matchup for Leo Santa Cruz. Okay, let's get to this fight. First off, another opponent that Leo Santa Cruz walks through. You know what I'm saying? Walks down and walks through. Not a fight that we thought was going to even move the needle for Leo Santa Cruz. Not 1 inch. Rapheal Rivera got in there tonight. Man, I'm gonna say though, Rapheal Rivera fought his ass off. He fought possibly to the best of his abilities. Being a short notice opponent, he took this fight with 3 weeks short notice. And the thing is with Rapheal Rivera, man, he just clearly in there. He kept allowing Leo Santa Cruz to be first. And the thing about Leo Santa Cruz, and this is what I've been saying that Omar Figueroa needs to do. When Leo Santa Cruz gets to the inside, he doesn't stay there. He always take that 1 step backwards to get from outside of the inside to put more leverage on his punches. You know what I'm saying? But Rapheal Rivera, man, had no business being there tonight. Short notice opponent. I don't know why the hell Leo Santa Cruz took this fight. I don't know what this fight does for Leo Santa Cruz. Nobody will be checking for this fight. Beyond tonight, no one will be talking about this fight. There was not really many memorable moments outside of the fact that Rapheal Rivera, or whatever his name was basically outclassed. You know what I'm saying? To say the least. He was outclassed. Rapheal Rivera should not have been in this fight tonight. No one is checking for this fight. I got 3 people up in here, nah. 3 people up in here. Nobody is checking for this goddamn fight. Everybody else is tonight out enjoying their Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? Having a good time. No one is worrying about this fight. Only thing and reason I even watched the damn fight is because I wanted to see if Santa Cruz was going to definitively call out Gary Russell Jr., which once again, I don't feel a definitive call out. I want to unify. I want to fight that person. I want to fight this person. I want to fight that person. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Leo Santa Cruz dominates basically Rapheal Rivera. Short notice opponent, short notice fight. I don't got much to say about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Other than the fact that what I've seen from Leo Santa Cruz tonight, Gary Russell Jr. would just take so much advantage of Leo Santa Cruz, it'd be crazy. Still proving, haha, I'm in here with your main man. Pretty boring fight. Whack ass fight. Light lit up. What's up, fam? Light lit up. Boring ass fight. I can't believe I'm even watching it. It's Saturday night. I got 1,000 other things that I could be doing other than watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Light lit up says, man, I was hoping Leo Santa Cruz took an L. That would have been something to talk about. You know what I mean? The Duck Master. Absolutely, bruh. The man didn't call out Gary Russell Jr. The only reason I sat through this fight was just to get to the end portion into the post-fight interview to see if this man would call out Gary Russell Jr., man. Respect that you watched the fight. Yeah, I watched the fight, bro. And I mean, I don't know, man. It is what it is. Clearly, Omar Figueroa and John Molina Jr. should have been the main event tonight. This shit here was just a waste of everybody's Saturday night. If you sat in the house and you put off some plans that you had to watch this fight, sorry for you, man. You know what I mean? This shit was garbage. This shit was a one-sided fight. This shit was not worth watching. You should have caught this on YouTube by somebody else putting the camera up close on the TV and just kind of showing the whole fight. You would have been better off doing that shit. You know what I mean? Did he call Gary out? What happened in the post-fight? Well, he did not call Gary out effectively. You know what I mean? It was one of those call-outs where I'll fight Gary Russell Jr., but I want Josh Warrington, and I want maybe a rematch with Carl Frampton. Trust me when I tell you, like, family, this dude will prefer, Leo Santa Cruz would prefer the rematch with Carl Frampton before he takes Gary Russell Jr. Leo Santa Cruz will prefer maybe other opponents before Gary Russell Jr. There is a reason why this man never definitively calls out Gary Russell Jr. The only time that you hear this man definitively calling out Gary Russell Jr. is either when Gary has a fight or post after Gary just fought. When Gary fought Jojo Diaz, oh, I see things I can take advantage of, and da-da-da-da-da. And here we are almost a year later, and the fight still doesn't happen. Remember, Gary Russell Jr. fought Jojo Diaz back in May of last year. Here we are in February. He says he wants to return in June or July. Bro, I don't know if it's going to happen, man. I just don't know if it's going to happen. When he was a fight coming up, then he calls out Gary. That's all. That's the only time he calls out Gary. The second that Gary Russell Jr. schedules a fight, oh, I wanted to fight Gary Russell Jr. Blah, 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 blah. See, and you know what, man? Gary Russell gets all of this criticism about what? When is he going to fight? Why he never fights? This is it right here, man. He cannot get these dudes in the ring. He can't get Tank Davis to respond properly. He can't get Leo Santa Cruz to respond properly. And people always wonder why we never see Gary Russell Jr. It's for shit like this. You know what I mean? This man is on Fox. He is on Fox tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He could have stood in the middle of that ring and said, Gary Russell Jr., you're next. Sign the contract. I'm sending the contract over. You know what I mean? What the hell, bro? Like, I mean, every time I have a little bit of hope and belief that the fight is between him and Gary Russell going to happen, it just never going to happen, man. This line ass said that he will fight Gary Russell Jr. last fall. Now look at the bum bash, even though dude was lighting him up. Now I will say, Rapheal Rivera, man, tonight, man, he did do a lot of good things. And this shows me more so, you know, Leo was supposed to come into this fight tonight, and he was supposed to be boxing. You know, you seen a lot of his corners say, "Oh, we're gonna look to box more. We're gonna look to box more." Well, I didn't see a lot of boxing skills from Leo Santa Cruz tonight. I seen him get into a traditional Leo Santa Cruz type fight where he started off maybe wanting to use the jab a lot more, but then once again got into one of these come forward, throwing a bunch of shots, taking a lot of shots type fights. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they did a lot of trading. Rapheal Rivera clearly just his punches was not hurting Leo Santa Cruz one bit at all. Leo was kind of walking right through a lot of those shots. And, you know, it is what it is, man. Leo Santa Cruz, though, one thing I'm always impressed with his fights is that this dude knows how to take that effective step backwards whenever he is in the pocket. And that is a good tool to always have because he always knows how to put better leverage on his shots than his opponents does. A lot of his opponents always want to get into these phone booth fights with him. They welcome these kind of fights with Leo because they can't fight him at distance. But Leo gets in there. Once he gets into that close quarters with you, he takes a step back. and then he goes back to using his jab to get back to the inside, and boom, 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 boom. And that's the one thing that Leo does, fight after fight after fight, that I always like to see from Leo Santa Cruz, hands down. So, good for him, man, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? But the point of the matter is, bruh, he did not call out fucking Gary Russell Jr., and I'm pissed about that, man. I need Leo versus Gary or Leo versus Tank. Leo says he's looking to go up to 130 real soon after his next fight, preferably if it's not a unification, which the proper unification would be for Gary Russell Jr. But Leo saying basically after his next fight that he is going up to 130 pounds. We all know Gervonta Tank Davis sits up at 130 pounds. So very possible fight. You know what I mean? That would be a fight. If Leo goes to 130, I'd like to see. But I'm sorry, man. People can say whatever y'all want to say. At the end of the day, I don't want to see nobody else get Leo Santa Cruz but Gary Russell Jr. Let's not forget, they are 1-1 in the amateurs. They need to break that damn tie. You know what I'm saying? Now they're in the professional ranks. It's time to break that damn tie. But if Leo Santa Cruz, he is the more popular fighter. Gervonta Tank Davis is on this with Mayweather. They on this, fighting popular fighter streak. They just tried to fight Abner Marquez. They knew it would have been a big fight in LA. Of course, a fight between Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz, that would be a big fight in LA. But I truly believe that Leo wants to get one of the British boys, man. He wants either Warrington or he wants either Frampton. I think those are his number 1 and number 2 choices, and possibly at a distant number 3 would be Gary Russell Jr. You know what I mean? And that's just the way I see it, man. And this goes by the body language, the way Leo Santa Cruz lights up when you talk about Warrington or things like that. And we know Al Heyman has a real good relationship with Frank Warren, so those fights are always possible, man. A fighters versus C fighters in 2019. I guess that's the reason they put this on a Saturday night when everybody out cooling, getting twisted, doing what they doing, scheming. You know what I'm saying? And it's a Saturday night when nobody in the major leagues is going to be talking about this fight. You won't see this on ESPN. You won't see this on Sports Center. Nothing. You know what I mean? Frampton already beat him. Yeah, they 1-1. They shared victories over each other. And see, this is what I'm saying. You will fight Carl Frampton when y'all are 1-1, but you won't step in there with this much bravado with Gary Russell Jr. when y'all are 1-1. We want to see Gary Russell Jr., bruh. Everybody watching the All-Star events. That's right. The All-Star thing is going on. You know what I'm saying? Tonight. I switch back and forth tonight. Ain't nobody paying this fight no attention. Trust me when I tell you, I'm probably giving more energy to this fight than anybody on YouTube tonight. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody checking for this shit. I will never speak on this thing ever again other than to make fun of the fact that he did not call out Gary Russell Jr. Rapheal Rivera, you know what I'm saying? Rapheal Rivera or whoever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, see you later, bro. You know what I mean? You gave a valiant effort. You got more work to do. 126, Leo Santa Cruz. Either you fight Gary Russell Jr. or from this point on out, I don't care if you fight Frampton. I don't care if you fight Warrington or whoever you fight. I don't care. If it ain't Gary Russell Jr., I'm riding. Expect a vid this week. Me pointing this out. I will be going into, y'all know how I do when I get in vid format. I will be going in once again, pointing out the fact this dude is ducking Gary Russell Jr. and it's sickening and it's sad. It's sad. It ain't even politics that's blocking the fight. It ain't even like, oh, you over in this network and I'm at this network. You got this promoter. I got this promoter. Ain't none of that in play here. It's just that, well, Gary Russell Jr., yeah, you know what? What's up with Warrington? What's up with Frampton? I like to take on one of them. But if not, then, maybe Gary Russell. The story of Gary Russell Jr.'s life. The story of Gary Russell Jr. in his life. No excuse for this ducking nonsense. I agree with you, light lit up. Ain't no excuse. This owl or fighters, or is it owl or fighters or both? I don't know, bruh. I wanted that same question. Given that we never hear from Al Heyman, you know what I'm saying? We don't know if it's Al. We don't know if it's the fighters. We don't know if this is whatever it is. When they came out and announced all the fights for PBC this year, when they were all on that stage and they did not announce Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz, it was like, huh? You know what I mean? They didn't even say Leo Santa Cruz had an opponent at the time because this dude was the last minute step in. He fought Abner Marquez twice. He fought Carl Frampton twice. He wants Josh Warrington. You know what I mean? He wants everybody in their mamas except Gary Russell Jr. Look, man, what else how else can we read this? How else can we read this? Is it fear? It's the only thing that you come up with. You can't come up with anything else other than say that this man, for some reason, it's like hesitant to get in there with Gary Russell Jr. This was his night, his moment tonight to stand in front of the boxing world. I would have been making videos about it. Everybody would have been making videos about it. I want Gary Russell Jr. next. I will be sending a contract. It's on. I don't want to see nobody else but Gary Russell. It's a major unification fight. Ain't no reason why the fight should not happen. That's what I wanted to hear tonight, man. But all I hear is the same political mumbo jumbo coming from Leo Santa Cruz. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Maybe I'm tripping. Am I tripping? PBC allowing Leo Santa Cruz to get away with this. Heard Leo Santa Cruz named this 2015 and 2016. Man, I don't get it, man. Heyman is allowing it. Heyman, maybe he is the source of this, man. Maybe it's all Al Heyman's fault. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because the man don't talk. You know what I mean? All we hear from is Sam Watson and Watson twins. I don't know. Maybe it is Al Heyman. But maybe they are, they don't want to put him in there with Leo Santa Cruz because they know he's going to lose. And they don't want to kill the popularity of Leo Santa Cruz on the West Coast. Maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But all I do know is Leo Santa Cruz versus Gary Russell Jr. has zero excuse for not happening, bruh. And you know what? Watch when he go up there to face Tank. Oh, he going to want to fight Tank, though. He gonna want to fight Tank. I think he'll take the fight with Tank. I think if he moved up to 130, he'll take the fight with Tank. You know why? Because Tank is not as skilled. Tank doesn't have the foot. We haven't seen the footwork displayed from Tank that we've seen from Gary Russell Jr. See, Gary Russell Jr. is skilled. He is a Mexican fighter, and no offense to the Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? But he is a Mexican fighter's nightmare because he moves. He has a boxing IQ. He can box the hell out of you. He can use his footwork. He can use his hand speed. And on top of that, he can beat you by engaging or not engaging. You know what I mean? And they don't like that. He is not fighting Tank, bro. Maybe not. Maybe you're right. You know what I'm saying? But Tank got the Mayweather backing. He has the Mayweather name. So Tank is an easier fight for him to want to go ahead and take. You know what I'm saying? As for Gary Russell Jr., Gary is like he's not active enough. You know what I mean? So his name amongst a lot of people other than us diehards is not known. So it maybe not be that big of a fight. But, the Mexicans, man, y'all ride for Leo no matter what, bruh. Like when y'all out in Cali, y'all ride for Leo no matter what. So it's like, dog, no matter if Leo Santa Cruz is fighting, you know what I'm saying, Papa Smurf. Leo Santa Cruz is going to attract an audience. That dude don't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? Gary has already said he is willing to come to the West Coast. He will fight in Staples. He will fight wherever you want him to fight. He will fight up in the North Pole in an Eskimo hut. You know what I'm saying? He say he'll fight you wherever. But they do not want to hurt the money attraction and the popularity that is Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I'm saying? And that's just all that's going on. I see right through the bullshit. All of us out here in the DMV, we see right through the bullshit. They are ducking Gary Russell Jr., bruh. Tank is fighting that little Asian kid Floyd murdered. Man, Tank, I don't even see Tank there. I don't even think that happens, bro. I think Floyd just talking out his ass, you know what I mean? They're just talk up some popularity for Javante Tank Davis. I don't see, what's the dude named Tenshin Takashi, Hiroshima, you know what I'm saying? I don't see the dude, I don't see him fighting Tank Davis either, man. But if it happens, I ain't feeling that shit, bro. That's the Kumite fight, and Tank don't need that at this point in his career when he's already under fire right now for fighting, for not fighting nobody. You know what I mean? He needs to fight a real live opponent, someone worth noteworthy. I would like to see him maybe fight the guy who just beat Machado. If Machado does not use his rematch clause, I think that'd be a decent fight for him. There's a lot of good fights for Tank Davis. Tevin Farmer's still there. There's a lot of good fights for Tank Davis. He does not need to be going into a Kumite style fight, fighting Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He don't need to be fighting these dudes. That dude who, they're not going to allow him to kick. They're not going to allow him to put you in the figure four or whatever the fuck he likes to do. They're not going to allow him to do it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Right? It seems a little strange. I will be wondering if something is going on behind the scenes if Tank actually fights Tension. No, it's just one of those things where they mention Tank Davis' name in the same sentence as Tension, and it raises his profile. It's promoter 101. You know what I mean? I don't know what Tank is going to do. I hope he steps up. I hope he gets a proper fight, because even if it was Abdomades, no one was even checking for that fight. But as for Leo Santa Cruz, you know what I'm saying? This dude ain't doing nothing but ducking. He is playing duck, duck, goose. He is like DuckTales. I'm about to start calling Leo Santa Cruz Leo Santa DuckTales Cruz. You know what I'm saying? His new nickname on this channel will be DuckTales. I will start calling this dude Scrooge McDuck. You know what I'm saying? He is Leo Santa the Duck. He is like how he's related to Howard the Duck. He is a duck. Don't you not understand? He is not only a duck, he is a geese. He is a geese when it comes to Gary Russell Jr. It is insane how this man ducks. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen such ducking. He is the best ducker that I have ever seen in the history of ducking. He is a ducking king. He is a ducker. You know what I'm saying? He is a fucking ducker. You know what I mean? It's to Leo Santa Cruz face Gary Russell Jr. Call that man DuckTales. You know what I'm saying? Duck, anything with the word duck in it, that's Leo Santa Cruz. I think boxing fans are tired of Leo. Bro, I gave him a pass on this. You know what I mean? I gave him a pass. You know what, bro? It's pissing me off. Fuck Leo Santa Cruz. I'm going to enjoy my Saturday night. He is DuckTales. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to cool out with my lady. We about to have a good time tonight. Leo Santa Cruz, you wasted my time. You wasted the fans' time. And you, sir, are Scrooge McFuck.